Let me bring up Vice President Pence's statement. First of all, he said today that whichever direction talks with North Korea go, we will be firm in our resolve. Our posture toward the regime will not change until we see credible, verifiable, and concrete steps toward denuclearization. This condition was in place before, too, so what's changed?
Well, I think a couple of things have changed. That summit produced an agreement where they're going to set up a new hotline. The North Koreans have signaled that they're previously they had been saying that they wouldn't talk about their nuclear program, and they flipped on that. They're saying that they're willing to talk about nuclear program, to put that on the negotiating table, all the way up to and including denuclearization. And they had made noises about that before, but they had been sort of prickly about it recently. And so what that does is open the door to have conversations. Now, the end point would be verifiable, irreversible disarmament. But there are a lot of steps in between that we have, it's a road we have only now begun, and it will require first simply a freezing of the nuclear program. And of course, for that, North Korea is going to want something in return.
But according to the South Koreans, North Korea has a condition of their own. It says if there is no military threat. I'm assuming that would mean joint U.S. and South Korea military drills, American presence in South Korea. Is there any chance of talks progressing if this is a condition?
Well, again, I think if you take it a step at a time, yes. So is it conceivable to me that the U.S. would suspend and South Korea would suspend exercises during the negotiations? Yes. Obviously, sort of a removal of U.S. troops from the peninsula, that would be quite something to happen, of equal difficulty, I think, as having an agreement that takes away all nuclear weapons on the peninsula. But here's something interesting, Shery, I'll just say briefly. The South Korea may be more open to that than perhaps even the United States. South Korea, big economy, big military, second biggest arms seller in the buyer in the world, and a country that wants to expand its sovereignty, to have control over its own destiny. And they may be more open to that idea in the long term than the U.S. officials are right now.